We actually met. I was in your med spa and I invited you in on the podcast, so thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
You were telling me that you kind of started out in traditional general practice medicine. You kind of transitioned. Can you tell me about like how you actually got into medicine to begin with?
Well, my first degree is accounting. I graduated from University of Miami in accounting, and from there I worked in different banking, and I got into buying practices, medical offices, and things like that back in the 90s. In 1996, I then decided that I wanted to go back to medical school, and I got my training, and then I could not finish it, and came back to the United States and started to do practice management for about 10 years. And then somebody told me about becoming a physician assistant. That was going to be better for me. It was going to be easier, faster, and I can practice medicine. So I decided that. I went to Miami-Dade College. I graduated from there, and after I graduated, I started doing internal medicine. I did that internal medicine for 10 years, and now for the last 4 years, 6 years, I'm becoming into a medical spa. And the reason why I became a medical spa is because we do a lot of regenerative medicine. Regenerative medicine is we use your own blood and we inject it for different things in your body, for vampire facial, vampire facelift, for pain on your joints, for erectile dysfunction, for vaginal rejuvenation. And we use it for a lot of things right now. And that's how I got into changing life of people. And people were, I was seeing people with problems, people in the 40s and the 50s, they cannot enjoy their life. They cannot enjoy their sexual life at all. And when I became trained with this regenerative medicine, that's when I find out the stories that they tell me. Resolving people that are going to get divorced because they cannot enjoy life together, sexual life together. And by doing the treatment, their life changed. And also, today we don't have a good medicine to help people with testosterone, to help people with mental clarity. We decay, our bone decay as we age. And there is nothing that can help us increase our bone mass, only to take calcium and things like that. And that's when I got into also to hormonal therapy, which we do it with BioT. BioT is a company who create natural pellets that has testosterone and estrogen. And it helps not only the guys, but the females. And yeah, females too. Because it helped the females with, after the menopause, it helped them with stamina, it helped them with everything, sweatness, when females became menopause, they start having sweats, they start having fatigue, the stamina is down. Well, they need testosterone. And a lot of doctors do the labs, and they say, well, your labs are normal. Yeah, but you got to maximize those labs, because if you're not in the top of the range of the lab, then you're not optimizing your testosterone, you're not optimizing your estrogen. And it has been proven that this does not cause cancer. And that's one of the myths that we have right now, that people say, oh, well, the testosterone can cause cancer. We have done over 1 million procedures all over the United States with BioT, and none of them has proven that they cause cancer. So it's a very good natural way of enhancing your life. Okay, the patient experience weight loss because they have more stamina, and now they can go walk, they can do things. It'll help you with the anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety is because they don't have testosterone, they don't have estrogen.
I just feel like I'm old and tired.
That's
That's my biggest problem, is old and tired. But because I've tried to explain this, because ever since I met you, I've been telling people about it, and I haven't been able to explain the difference in traditional, cypionate TRT replacement versus this. Like, what's the difference really? Like, what's separated? Because I know it's like more organic and it's more healthy for you, but like, what's the real scientific
when
difference?
you get injection of what we call testosterone cypionate, okay, which is an injection that you have to do, you're getting something that is synthetic, okay? It comes from the horse, and that's where they get all that testosterone, and it's an injection. You got to be very careful with that because it increases your red blood cells in your body. So you have to always evaluate your red blood cells, make sure that your hematocrit, which
That's why you have to constantly get labs done.
you got to constantly get lab and make sure that your hematocrit is not elevated, because what happens is when you have too many red blood cells, it's like having coffee, and then you're putting the ground of the coffee in the coffee, and you put more ground and more ground and more ground, and at the end you're getting a sludge of coffee, and that can stuck, and that can get you a stroke, that can get you an infarct, and it can be damaging. You know, a DVT, which is a venous thrombosis, or a heart lung problem. So that is not the optimal way of increasing your testosterone. With the organic BioT pellet, you create a natural way of increasing your testosterone, but through the output of your heart. Another way, when you inject something in your body, what you're going to do is going to go to the muscle, and then it's going to go to the vein or the arteries. It's going to inject it, and that's going to pass through the liver. The liver is going to eat it. It's going to, kind of clean it up a little bit. But when you put it in your pellet, it's inserted into the bottoms of the back of your your bottom, and it goes straight into the blood, and it goes through output to the cardiac output, and that is completely straight to your body. So you're getting more effect through that than to injection. And injection has some side effects too on some people.
Yeah.
You know, you get your increased breast. If you don't do there's a pill that we have to give you, an estrosay,
Yeah, to block the estrogen.
to bring the estrogen down.
And you also have to take HCG.
ACG not required, but it helps too to help
keep producing your own
right.
testosterone,
It has not been proven that ACG help you, but sometimes some people think it's more of a placebo effect. I'm not a believer of that, but people swear that they do better.
Yeah, I understand. And so is it really a testosterone pellet, or it's more of a hormone? Like
It's a testosterone pellet. It's created out of yam, and it's a natural testosterone, and is dissolved daily. When you inject testosterone cypionate, you inject on a weekly basis or 2 times a week, and you get a peak.
Yeah.
But immediately it goes down. Okay. Well, with the pellet, you got a complete natural balance. You're always in the top level. So it's like a curve. You with the injection, you go up and then you go down. You got peak and lows.
Yeah.
With the testosterone, you are normalizing it,
then
and then it goes down like in the 4th month, 5th month. You have to do it again.
Yeah, and then over time you need more and more testosterone because your body just adapts.
Your body adapts it, and then you need more. You don't need more pellets. You know, you just.
No, I meant for the cypionate, like testosterone.
The cypionate.
You slowly need more and more over time.
What happened is that your testes, that's where you got the testosterone comes from, the men, and the ovaries, which is the females. Some females use testosterone too. You're sending a signal and telling them, I have enough in my body, because you're going to high levels. But then all of a sudden it goes down. But the signal is sent to the testes and to the ovaries no longer goes there, and they're not producing it because they stopped producing. So now you have to get more injections more often. Some people start taking it up twice a week, 3 times a week, just to keep the levels intact. And nobody wants to inject themselves with a needle all the time. That's something that people don't do it. And the problem that I have with men right now is when they do that, they do it because they want to be more sexually active, they want to exercise more, but they don't follow up the process. They go ahead, inject 1 week, I'm okay, I'm not going to inject next week. If they don't inject
it's hard to manage.
it's hard to manage, and then they feel uncomfortable injecting themselves.
Yeah.
Some are chickens, I call
Well,
them.
I started taking testosterone replacement therapy probably like around 32, 33. but I was into fitness and like working out, so that's how I got into it. But I did go to a doctor and get it. But you find that to sustain that year after year after year after year, it gets hard to remember once a week, wake up, take a shot, do it. Sometimes you forget. And then it's just kind of like you're just up and down. That's why when I met you and you told me about the 6-month thing, what is the cost usually for
For men, it's a little bit expensive. It's $700 for the first treatment, and for every treatment that you get, you're gonna get probably
so it's $1,500 a year.
$1,500 a year.
About $100 a month.
Something like that. Yeah.
$120
Yeah, $100.
Because I mean, usually if you get testosterone replacement therapy from a doctor and you're going to like a medical place, you're usually paying like $35-40 a shot. Anyways,
Right.
For
Anyway,
a week.
per
So
week.
It's probably,
So I would say
it probably works out to be the same. You're just paying it up front.
you're paying it all up front, and then it will last you, and it's normal. I just did it yesterday. An executive man, he's 51 years old, and he came to me. He moved from New Jersey, moved to Miami, and he came over into my office and said, "My wife told me to come back over here." And I said, "Why?" Because I did the BioT in New York, and she said that my mental clarity is no longer there, and that I'm not the same person. And it's been almost now a year since I did the pellets. Yeah. And he was, I wanted him to give me a testimonial. Why, how you felt after the treatment. Yeah. So now I got the treatment yesterday. He's gonna come back in a month, because we're gonna have to evaluate his lab again in a month to see if the level that we did put him back into maximum. And he's gonna tell me how he's feeling. But his wife was the one who was noticing that he was different. And you don't feel it, but the person in front of you, you feel it. You feel the energy. I did it to myself. I didn't do it to myself. I can. I had another doctor do it for me, and I saw the difference right away. I saw the clarity. I can think clearly. I was able to exercise more. I had more energy. I slept better. And my pain on my knees sometimes no longer there. So I start feeling, and now it's already been up by 6 months. Now I start feeling a little bit of, I think I need to get another treatment again. You know, so about 6 months is when you have to do the treatment.
Yeah. So just back up just a little bit, because we talked about the spa, but you kind of shared some of your story and kind of how you got to where you are. And obviously it sounds like you went to accounting school, you went to medical school, and your life is just amazing. But like, obviously, there was struggles in every entrepreneur to get to where they are. Yeah,
becoming a primary care, internal medicine, you become a primary care. It's too much paperwork. It's too much work. Yeah. The insurance company requires so many things out of you that you don't enjoy being a doctor. You don't enjoy being a practitioner. When I started doing the medical spa, it was like it was a happy medicine. A lady comes and she say, "Can you get these wrinkles out of me, please?" Yeah. And then I say, "Yeah, I had the treatment for you, Botox, and we can get that. We can make you look younger." And that feeling when they come 3 days later, "Wow, look at this," and that's the joy that you have. You have a joy of helping all the sick patients, but a lot of sick patients are sick because they want to be sick. And they don't take care of themselves. They smoke, they drink, they're diabetic, they eat whatever they want, they're obese. Obesity is number 1 in the United States. And you try to tell them, we need to change, and they don't. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. So that's what I decided that the medical spa was something better for me. Also, helping men with erectile dysfunction. That was something that I could not believe that I do the P-shot, I do acoustic wave therapy, which is ultrasound wave that we do into the shaft of the penis of the men. And I do vaginal rejuvenation, the O-shot. And vampire facelift, which is a facelift with the PRP, with platelet-rich plasma. And the vampire facial, which is microneedles injected plasma into your face. And what that does is it regenerate your skin, regenerate your face. I mean, I'm doing procedures almost every day, and I see the joy of the people. I do fillers too. I go do the lips, I do the nose, I do the PDO thread, and there's the new technology now that with the little sutures. That's what they're called. They're really sutures. We can inject it in the faces, we can inject it in the body, and we can really increase the thickness of the face and make the person look younger. So we do a lot of procedures in the office. The spot is not really a spot to massage. It's really for beauty. It's just a beauty place for you to get young, healthy, and happy.
Yeah, yeah. I think so far, is there anything else you want to mention about the spa? Maybe shout it out, where they can find you.
Yeah, well, we are located in North Miami Beach, 150, 163rd Street in North Miami Beach. Our telephone number is our 786-801-3122. And we open every day. We are in the internet, Alexander Med Spa, and they can book an appointment straight from the internet and see what is available. They don't have to call us to find out what they want. And when you book an appointment, you have a list of procedures in there. You want the lips, you want the fillers, you want a consultation, you want hormone therapy. Everything is there. IV therapy, that's another thing that I do. IV therapy.
Oh, yeah.
That the IV therapy is to get you energized more. Yeah. Right now with the pandemic, I was doing a lot of IV therapy for natural defense to increase the immune system of the people. And it works fantastic. For $150, you sit down 45 minutes and then you get all the minerals, all the vitamins, all the things that help you keep your immune system uptight, try to help you make sure you combat any virus or any bacteria.
Yeah. You want to shout out your Instagram, because we do post on Instagram, so maybe.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Your handle,
Alexander Med Spa.
Okay.
That's the Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they're all the same, Alexander Med Spa. And they'll have the same name. We're not going to change it because it's unique. Yeah. The webpage is Alexander Med Spa. Instagram is Alexander Med Spa. Facebook is Alexander Med Spa. And Twitter, Alexander Med Spa. And now we're working on TikTok, whatever that is.
Yeah. That's actually really hard to get all of them. I'm a marketing company and I can never get my full name or anything, so. Is there anything else? I think it's a good episode. If you want to mention anything else before we go?
No. I think that what I want to share is it's just the people having problems right now. They have foggy mental stress, joint pain. The hormone therapy is the solution. I mean,
I'm gonna try it. We talked. Yeah,
what we do in that is we tell the patient, let's do the lab, let's see where you are. And I have a lot of builders that comes to me because we do two treatments. We do the pellets, and then the IV. Now we have an IV that give them energized, and they can pump more, and they can do more exercises, and they can get fit. So we do both of those treatment, and they can see the results with the lab. They see how the lab changes, how the testosterone change. Also for the females. The females, believe it or not, they need testosterone.
When do you think they start needing? When they get to 30? Is there a certain age? Once we get to 30.
I think when you start having like a 30, 35, you start having fatigue. Yeah. Remember that the ovaries, you reduce your testosterone half every year. Females. Males, no. Males is a little slower. But females lose testosterone very quickly. And you need testosterone to have strong bones. And what's happening today is when you talk to a doctor and you get the labs, they give you a range on the lab. And then they don't test everything, all the hormonal levels. They test just a lipid panel, which is the cholesterol, your blood. And you have to ask can you test my testosterone? Why? You have erectile dysfunction? No, but I want to know what my testosterone. And then that's when they find out that's why they're gaining weight, because they don't have no testosterone. They're on the 200s. And the doctor say, oh, you're okay, 200, you're fine. That's not optimal level. Optimal level for a man is at 800, depending on the lab, 800 to 900. And then you're going to feel strong. You're going to be able to lift weight. You're going to be able to enjoy life. And you're going to be able to sleep well. And that's the biggest misconception that we have today in medicine. That they look at the lab, they say, oh, you're in the range, you're fine. And then you say, no, I am not fine. I got females that have lost one ovary, and she was having symptoms of menopause, and she was only 36 years old, and she having sweats, and then she was having, she was always angry, you know, in the office. She was one of my medical assistants, and I said, you know, why are you having these problems? You're too young. And she said, well, I lost an ovary, you know, and okay. Well, why we don't test your lab to see how you're doing? And when we test the lab was completely low, and she didn't know. And then she was losing her hair. She was telling me that when she brushing, her hair was coming down. I said, why I'm losing hair? And
Sounds like me.
and then that's why we use PRP for the hair. So we did the treatment on her, and in 1 week, the same weekend that we did the treatment, she went home and cleaned the house, all the house by herself in 1 day. She could not stop. She was an energized bunny, she was telling me. And she felt like, oh, my sweat are gone. I can sleep better. I'm not taking Benadryl anymore. Oh my God, this is incredible. And I hear that from a lot of the females. A lot of them tell me the same thing. The guys is more, I feel clarity. I feel like I have energy now to do things. And that's the testosterone. Testosterone, men need testosterone, you know. And what I can tell you is, one of the misconceptions, and you know, I'm going to leave you with this book, and people wants to have this book, they can go to my website, sign up, and we're more than happy to send this book free to everybody. So he's Dr. Gary Donovitz, and he is the one who created the BioT, and he explained how to age healthier and live happier. And he tells you everything about the testosterone, where the testosterone come from, how the synthetic is made, and how he's making it. And it's an amazing story, you know. I'm gonna leave it to you so you can take it. And he explained everything in there. And he explains it in the female, and it's a lot of research that he did on that, because the research is there. He tell you where to go and look for the research. If you go back, pellets have been used since the 1940s. And just in the 2000 was when really they decided that, this is working. Let's go ahead and research more about this. And that's when the whole pellet process, hormone therapy, became more famous. Yeah. You know, and there's two methods. One is use a gun. That one hurts, okay? And the one I do, I use trocars. Trocars is like a syringe that will go inside, and then we'll make a little incision, and we push them in all the way inside the skin. And that's a better process because it doesn't hurt you. The pain is very small. You're numb with lidocaine, so you don't feel anything at all. The second day, you feel a little bit of tenderness, and whenever you touch anything in the back, it's ouch, that hurts a little bit, but it's not a pain. It's just a discomfort only.
Yeah. Well, I'm seriously interested in doing it, so
Yeah.
we already talked about it, so I'm excited.
What we need to do is just the first thing that we do is do the lab, see how your labs are, what range you are, and then we put it in a program. He has a program that we do that we optimize how much you need. Yeah. And then 30 days later, we do another lab to make sure that you are optimized. Yeah. And if you are not optimized, that treatment is free. We do a second treatment, it's for free. If you're not up to par that we want you to where we want you to be, we give you some more pellets. And I have a policeman in North Miami Beach. We did a first treatment. His testosterone went from 200, 6'3" guy, heavy, big guy. He should not be that 300. So we wanted him to be about 800 or 900. So when we did the 30 days, he went to 500. So we did another treatment. And then that treatment put him into 845, 850, something like that. And the guy his wife told him that he was going to put a shackle in his leg because he doesn't want him flooring with the girls out there, because he's feeling so confident. And but she was laughing, you know. I'm going to have to put some handcuff on your ankle to make sure that you don't go anywhere, you know. But he's happy. He's very happy. He called me the other day that he started feeling that he may need more. He's already been 6 months, so he's going to come back again to do it. So it's a good treatment. It's a good treatment. And right now, what we have in the office is a lot of specials for this month in Botox and fillers. Botox right now, we're doing for $10 a unit. So people that want Botox, they've been closed in their house, and they see the wrinkles. This is the time to do it because the price is going to go up to 12.
Yeah.
And we have also the fillers. We are discounting at $200 each syringe. So right now, if you want to do your lips, this is the time to do it because you're going to save $200.
Into October too?
We're going to try to do it in October. I'm not sure yet. I mean, we're gonna do it until September, the end of September. If everything goes well, we may increase the promotion into October. Right now, we're looking to see what we're gonna do. You know, because people don't want to leave their homes yet.
Yeah.
The people right there still, you know, the office is clean. We clean the office every night, sanitize everything at night. We have a person that comes in and sanitize everything, the floor, the chairs, the doors, everything sanitized. So we don't treat sick patients. So everybody that comes in is to have beauty or to have hormone therapy. That's not an office that you're going to have a patient with flu or anything else. You know, so it's a very clean office. Well, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
You went there, you saw how clean it is, and we try to make sure to tell the people, just wear your mask. We take the temperature, and then once we take the temperature, we'll say, okay, you can take the mask off because we need to operate. You need to work in your face. You know, but it's a wonderful feeling. I love what I do, and I think this is what I'm going to continue doing until I retire. And I feel that I change people's life. And that's the joy that I get by doing this kind of work.
Yeah. Okay, that's a perfect way to end it right there, just with what you said. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the office.